Hello. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Party people. Hello. Drinking a beer. Today's my birthday. And in the southern hemisphere. Tomorrow's my birthday. In the northern hemisphere. And drinking a beer. Got some presents from my boyfriend. Spent most of the day with my boyfriend. Hello. Right away. Got somebody. Hello. Who is this? Oh, hold on. Who is this? You remember me? Like one. Nor. I don't remember. Remind me your question and I'll remember you. Were you asking about your studies? Hamza and Noor. Remember Hamza and Noor. Sort of rings a bell. I don't really remember. Hamza and Noor. What was the question about? I don't really remember. Sorry. I'm good. Today's my birthday in the southern hemisphere. I am 33 years old. I seriously don't remember the exact question myself. Oh my God, crying, laughing. It was like a relationship. I remember those names, but I don't remember the context. Oh, happy birthday. May God myself. May God myself. May God myself to you too, my dear. May God myself. May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Yes. Thank you. I feel that God is really blessing me. I had a dream. So I had a dream like 2 nights ago where I was had some kind of dream and then I became lucid. And so then suddenly I was like in outer space, but then I was like falling to earth through the sky because I am always flying, kind of like usually my lucid dreams sort of start in the sky, like flying, and then I go down into earth and have like an adventure on the land. But this time I was flying, I was like flying down and I was like looking, it's almost like you're in an airplane and you're like seeing everything below you. And I'm kind of trying to decide where I want to go. There's like the ocean and there's a bunch of like things, mountains, things over here. Like I'm trying to decide where I'm going to land. But next to me flying was an angel. So I was like, ooh, angel. But, and the angel was trying to direct me where I'm supposed to land. But I was like, sort of like, sometimes I fall too, but I can't decide. Yeah. When you're like trying to look, you're looking down at the ground and you're trying to decide where you're going to land. And the angel was like in my ear, like he was like next to me. And for a second, I like grabbed onto him, but I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. And so I was like, I'll let the angel do whatever he wants to do. And so then I landed on the ground, and then the angel was sort of at a distance to me, but he was being attacked by a bunch of devils. Like a gang of like 6 or 7 devils were like attacking this one angel. So I ran over to him pretty fast. I was like very, I guess, when you're like physically able to control your body in the, means God is guiding you. Yeah, I think so. And so then because angels are kind of, they're hard to get in contact with. And you saved him. Yeah, well, I jumped in to protect the angel. Like I was like, I'm gonna take on these. I was lucid, so I could have woken myself up at any time. So I'm pretty good at staying lucid now. I can pretty much stay lucid without having problems. So I jumped in to like protect the angels. I'm like fighting these devils, but they were like really good at fighting, and they were like physically hurting me. And my astral body was like in a lot of pain. Like they were doing like searing my body. They were doing all types of weird things to my body. I was in like immense pain. And then suddenly like the angel disappeared and it was just me fighting like like not demons, they were more like devils. There's kind of a difference. Demons more like graveyard, corpse, ghost, like demonic. So like these were like devils. They had like like red tails. They were like leathery red skin kind of a thing, horns and everything. And so they were fighting me and it hurt so physically bad that I'm like, oh, this is gonna like wake me up. Like I'm in so much pain that I'm probably gonna have to wake up. So I stopped fighting and I said, I surrender. I was like, I surrender. And the devils stopped fighting me. And then I said, I'm not afraid to die. I said, I'm not afraid to die. And they turned into angels and they said, we know. You're very brave. And then they said something along the lines of, and then I was like, kind of, ooh, yay. They said something kind of along the lines of, keep being brave, keep being awesome. They just told me something. They gave me like a pep talk. They're like, you're doing really good. Like you're on the right track. Thank you for contacting us all the time. Thank you for being in contact with us. Like keep being brave. You're very courageous. And I was like so excited by all this like wonderful feedback that I woke up. And so then I woke up and I laid in bed and I thought about it I was like, ooh, that was a nice dream. You surrender to your inner fears and then everything will be great. Yeah. So that's like a good tactic whenever you're being attacked in dreams or sort of kind of surrendering. There's lots of methods. I've dealt with a lot of demons and like devils and shadowy beings and things like that. And there's lots of ways to go about it. Just depends on the demon, really. It depends on the devil. Depends. It really depends. You have to kind of play it by ear. But yeah, I guess I alchemized the devils into angels. They turned into angels, and then they were like. But I was like pretty proud. I was like, I surrender, and then I was like, I'm not afraid to die, and they were like, we know you're not. So fear of death conquered at 33. Woohoo! I think that's a hard one. My dad says his biggest fear in life is fear of dying. And I'm like, oh man, because he's never done like psychedelics. He's really just sort of lived a really straight and narrow boomer existence. So he's not really had as robust or challenging. He's not really had a very spiritually challenging, but I'm sure he has in his own way fatherhood and navigating the 70s and 80s. And I don't know really what his trials and tribulations have been. Like keeping a family going, that must be hard. That's a form of martyrdom or you still look young for 33. Oh, thank you. I'm pretty healthy. I feel better than I did. Well, certainly I feel better than I did like 6 years ago. I've always kept my body pretty healthy. I did yoga primarily in my 20s. I never failed to do yoga. I also used to like, I've just never quit. I've never stopped my body practices. Like I would smoke like a shit. I would smoke like a lot of weed. Like we're talking like 5 or 6 joints a day. I'm just like toking like one after the other. But I would like stand in front of the mirror and I would do like 1,000 squats. So I've always been really, hello. Hey, who's this? Chich how hop. Hello, everybody. So for this like new year, new me type of vibe, I'm thinking I'm gonna start moving into because the other day I had a girl who was like, I want to fucking pay you for your reading. Chicho, she was like, I want to pay you for your reading. Your reading was so good. And I know that my readings are really good. I'm a really good tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for Jesus, more over a decade. Squats are good. Yeah, having strong legs is really important. It actually helps your brain health as well. My leg press is 340 kilograms, and I can probably do more. I do 12 reps of and like 3 or 4 sets. So my top set, if I did like a PR, I'm probably doing like a ton, like 1,000 pounds, like something like 400 kilograms for a 1 rep max of a leg press. So, and my squat is I can do 3 reps at 100 kilograms. Yeah, you can have a career reading, but I think I'm gonna start charging. This is my new shit. I'm gonna start charging money. Do you have a PayPal? Maybe I'll do 15 minutes for free, and then if you want an extended reading, like you want further information, I will charge $15. Do you have a PayPal? This is what I'm trying out. We'll see if it works. I'm a really good tarot reader, which I'm like, the other night, like, what did I have? I had a dream where I just randomly, I haven't thought of Stevie Nicks since I was 15, right? But I had this dream where like I met Stevie Nicks and her band. And at the time I couldn't remember the name of the band, but I was like talking to like the whole band, and I was talking to Stevie Nicks, and I was lucid, and it was like a really strange dream. And I woke up and I was like, that was weird, Stevie Nicks. And then the next day at school, because I'm a teacher, one of the children I was telling her off. She was doing something naughty, like, and then I noticed she was wearing a Fleetwood Mac shirt. I was like, what the fuck? That was this week. That was also last week. And I also hear spirit, so I can like download message it. Like I hear spirit talks to me in my ear. I can go into the astral at will. I wish I could donate. Do you have like money, or do you not have money? Because maybe I'll be like, when I'll like if you're like kind of poor, then I'll just give you a reading anyway, kind of a thing. Are you poor? Otherwise, I might do 15 minutes for free. So I might start doing like 15 minutes for free. And then I'll do, if you want an extended reading, I'll charge $15. Because my readings are literally like 45 minutes to an hour. Poor is a state of mind. Anyways, I think I'm going to start charging. And I looked up and I was like, how do you do super chats? Because there's this function on YouTube called super chats. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to do super chats. So I can't do that. So I'm going to have to actually link up people to like PayPal. So people are going to have to do my PayPal. So I got my PayPal sorted. And yeah, I'm going to be charging $15. And that's like for an hour of labor, spiritual labor. So that's pretty good. Like my readings are literally 45 minutes to an hour. So let me hook up my my PayPal. I'll put my PayPal details in the chat. I might be on here for like 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know. I might be on this live for a long time. We'll see who comes in. And I'm just feeling energetic today. You know, it's my birthday. I'm 33 years old today. I want to be auntie status. You know how like like I'm a millennial, so like all the dudes are unks, but I want to be auntie. I was expecting a 5-minute read, no pressure. Okay, well, I can't even do that. I don't know how to do a 5-minute read. I'm not really succinct. I guess I'm not like the Zoomer. Like I'm really auntie. I'm really auntie with my shit, so I'll be like fucking long-winded with my shit. You know what I mean? Boomer parents, it's kind of like the long-winded. Like I grew up with long-winded, like just like I think it's just it's a generational thing. But I'll read for you. Don't worry, I'll read for you. I'm gonna throw in my my PayPal details, and we'll see what's going on with getting paid today. Name, username, send request. How do I request? Let's see. Enable your contacts. Name or username or email. Okay, so I'll put in my email. I really don't know how to do this. I wish I could do super chats. It's kind of a little bit ridiculous that you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to do that. It's like a little bit ridiculous. Okay. Well, my name is, I'll put my name. My name is Julia Simons. That's my name. And my, what is it? Send request. Name, send a request. This isn't really straightforward. PayPal is really dinosaur technology. Isn't Venmo? Venmo is like the new age thing, like the new. Maybe I should figure out Venmo. I used to do Venmo when I would like buy drugs and stuff. But now we are on PayPal. Name, username, or email. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. Contact info. Julia.Simons. This is when I went to community college. I was going to the best college in Austin or in Texas, but I dropped out. I got it, like I did really well in high school. Like I was in all advanced classes. I made all A's. And then I got into UT Texas, and I went to UT Texas for like 6 months. But then I was drinking like every single night, and I just dropped out. And then I started working at a cafe. I met a girl. She was a dancer. She was working at the cafe. We started dating. That was my first relationship, was with a girl. I didn't date anyone in high school. And then we moved into a house together. And she was like a for real dancer, like Twyla Thorpe style modern dancer. I was really inspiring. It was a really inspiring relationship. And then I really got into dance vicariously. And so then I would like get really stoned and like dance all the time. And we dated for 3 or 4 years, me and that girl. Anyways, and then eventually she got into University of Texas, and we moved back to Austin. So then I was back in Austin, Texas. And now Austin, Texas is where Elon Musk lives. And Joe Rogan. But at the time, it was really a small town vibe. And this was before like those guys moved in. And yeah, 4 years. That's a bachelor in dancing. Yeah, she got her bachelor's in dancing, and I used to write all of her university papers. And I actually wrote one paper. This is how psychic I was. Like I wrote one paper about a dance that they were currently working on. And I hadn't even seen the dance before, but she kind of like briefly described it to me, and she had a little like outline of what was going on in this dance. And I had met the choreographer briefly, and I had a conversation with her. So I sort of was picking up a sense of like what this dance was supposed to be. And this was like 2015, 14, 15, or 16, something like that. And so then I wrote this like long, like 10-page essay thing about this dance. And it was so good that the director of the dance academy at UT Texas sent it out to all the dancers. And then she got a scholarship based off this essay. She got a scholarship to go dance in France for a year. And that is what ended our relationship. So I literally wrote her out of my life. And so she moved to France, and then I started dating this guy, and we kind of went our separate ways. But I was writing all of her like university papers. And I remember when I was writing it, she would like bring me beer to encourage me to keep writing, because I didn't want to like do it. But she would like keep bringing me beer. And I was like, all right. And then I would like type it. I was just a waste. So I've had this kind of like hedonistic genius quality to me historically. Anyway, how come you became so good at tarot? Because you are unusually good, like scary good. How do you know? Who are you? Have I read for you before? Makes me think it is beyond tarot. I just think, I think some of the millennials and some of the current generation are born with extrasensory abilities and instincts there's just something about the current generation, I don't know if it's the Pluto and Scorpio generation. Like I was lucid dreaming as a child, and I would go around. And it wasn't all the children. So some like crystal children, like indigo children, kind of a thing. I think I was like maybe one of the indigo children from the millennial crowd, that I just knew things beyond my teaching, beyond things that were told to me. I just knew things beyond like what was taught or something. Or I had like a sense about the world, like maybe something with past lives or something going on in my aura or something. And just being a student of life, really. So being able to understand different walks of life. So just being curious and observing different types of people, and just being really on the internet. The internet has helped, like seeing different types of people and clocking that shit. Like, oh, that's that type of person. You see the pattern enough times, you like start to understand the different types of people all over the world. And then, yeah, just just being sensitive, being like really highly sensitive. It's actually caused a lot of problems in my life. It certainly there haven't been a lot of payouts for being this way. And there's been a lot of addiction issues as well. And pushing the boundary. So taking substances to excess and stuff like that with me and people that I know and people similar to me. And then of course we get sort of wedged into these kind of jobs because we got to make money in this life that are not really like I'm a preschool teacher, and I feel that I'm like far surpassing, like I just feel like really far surpassing of my coworkers. No offense to them, but like in terms of the childhood that I had, the upbringing that I had, the experiences that I've had, like the kind of dreams that I have, the kind of psychic world that I have, it doesn't really match a lot of times the external, but there are certain things that are kind of interesting about my life. Like I don't have a mortgage, so I have no rental payments. Like my housing is entirely free, based on decisions that my partner made 10 years ago. And I get to spend a lot of time in nature. I don't have children. Certain choices I've made have allowed me to have more freedom than a lot of people my age. I don't have children. So I've just been curious. I've just been forever young kind of a thing. Like I've just been constantly curious and constantly free and constantly unbound and unclad. I think that's the primary thing, is unclad by responsibilities and stress in a kind of way that's allowed me the kind of an ability to like have a meditation practice and have a dream practice and a dream journal and a journal. And I've just been curious about my own life and about the lives of others forever. And I think it's increased my awareness. And so when I read tarot and I just get little bits and pieces from the chat about what they're saying and stuff, I can connect everything and I can give a pretty good reading. So it's not that special. Some people are naturally gifted. Yeah. So whatever. And I've always loved magic. Yeah. So, and I think if you want magic enough, like you want connection with spirit, you'll get connection with spirit. So like I pray for spirit, I pray to spirit every day. I am constantly like looking for spirit and looking for connection and looking for expanding my mind. Like my primary, like I made it a job like in my 20s. Like I was just, this sounds a little crude, but I was like literally doing psychedelics every single day alone. This was not to party. I did never party. I never like doing mushrooms at a party. I was like doing heroic doses of mushrooms like every single week in my bedroom. And just sitting there like with my hands like doing this kind of a thing. Like that's what I did in my 20s, instead of like advancing my career or like going to college or having a family or getting into some kind of contract with another, like a relationship or some sort of thing, or trying to make my parents proud. I did not care. I did not care about anyone's expectations. I was just like trying to see what my brain could do. I was so interested in my own brain. So that's what I've done with my life. So yeah. And I've done acid like 1,000 times. I've done mushrooms with like 1,000 times. Like I smoked like more weed than freaking Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson combined, kind of a thing. Like, and I'm not really saying I'm proud of it. I kind of feel like a loser when I say it, but that's really what I did. And it's and I spend the majority of my time now just really sober, and I drink beer like, well, the past 6 months I've drunk a little bit more beer than I should have, but I don't really get high or drunk really that often anymore, and I'm really sober. But now I've done so many drugs, and I've really had so many experiences now that I'm kind of always a little bit trippy. Like my brain is kind of like permanently. I'm permanently in with spirit. So yeah. And I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, so I'm a little bit like an outsider. Scorpio moon and rising, and Pluto conjunct my moon in Scorpio. So the fame never really came, and it always was like transforming people's lives on a one-on-one basis. So like I'll go to a party and I'll have a conversation with somebody that is like transformative for them, and then I get exhausted and I want to leave because I feel like I've just like given them my soul or something like that. Like I blueprinted my soul onto them, and they're like, forever be with me. And I just kind of, I just go and I leave and I exit. I like backdoor exit kind of a thing. Never to be seen again kind of a thing. And then it's just me against me at the end of the day, you know. Um, uh, and then I'm just left with me. And that's always been the common denominator. Anyways, who wants a reading? Yeah, the common denominator is just like I am the only one. I'm the one man. Like I'm the only one. And there were so many people, so many experiences, so many parties, but it's like nothing ever stuck. So much praise. Like I've gotten a lot of praise. You know, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, you're amazing. Like you've even done it to me now. And then I'm just alone in my bed at night, just staring at the ceiling. And like a spirit starts talking to me. And the spirits think I'm cool too. Like the spirit's like, hello? Hi, Julia. Hi, Julia. So I feel very fortunate. I've had a really blessed life, and it's really been a godly life. I've led the most Christian, godly, highly favored, highly blessed life. I've had a really highly favored career reading for me. You give them power of the ring, then they get addicted. Kind of like shedding power left, right, and center. But then at the end of the day, it's like, what's left for me? It's like, where's my paycheck? I want a holiday. I want to go on a holiday. Like I want to get my nails done. I want to buy, the high grade spirulina for my smoothie. I want to give my dogs a whole food diet. And I want to travel the world or whatever, But then there's often not enough money. There's never enough money for that. So I'm a little bit wedged in. And I don't know if life likes to keep me like that. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to break through those barriers. Keep me humble or whatever. Career reading for me. All right, yes, career reading for you. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back. All right. What's your specific Chichawop? What is your name, your age, and your star sign? Hold on. Up, out. I know, out. Your name, your age, your star sign, and your location. Chicho. 32 square. Ooh. Chichu. 32. You're 32, Scorpio. So you'll be born in November or late October. Madeira, Mediterranean island in Europe. Have I read for you before, or have you watched my videos? Why do you think I'm a good reader? Have you watched my videos before? Mediterranean. I am 21% Italian, baby. So, girl, we got that connection. I have watched your videos. Yes. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Scorpio. Yay, Scorpio queen. I love a Scorpio. All the Scorpio children at my freaking preschool, they always have a little bit of a tail. They always have a stinger. A little bit of a devilish side to them. And I always give them like a lot of, I always just let them be a little bit evil. I sort of encourage it. I sort of, and they're like, and we're like, and then, yeah. So I always encourage the bit of evilness that is inside them. The shadow, the inevitable shadow of the Scorpio. It's a hard path to walk, actually. The secrets and doubting and second guessing and questioning everybody. I have, yeah, rising Scorpio and moon Scorpio. So it's not like this freewheeling, like la 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 la. Oh, I trust you. I love you. There's none of. There's like, who are you? What are you doing? What's going on? Yeah. Freewheeling Sagittarius, or even though Sagittarius is actually like a little bit of a Scorpio that like learned how to laugh. So actually Sagittarius can be a little bit scorpionic in a way sometimes in certain aspects. I would say like what would be like one of the most free, and it's just kind of like the first 4 or 5 signs, like Aries to Leo. But under duress or under heavy provocation, those first 5 signs can try to be deep. Try though they may. Will they ever truly? Probably not. Scorpios are Scorpios. Scorpios are Scorpios. Sagittarius is your favorite female sign? Sagittarius, I like Sagittarius. I do. It's it's good. It's kind of like the achieved man. It's like the fulfilled adult, like the adult who has retained their childhood, kind of a thing. I feel like in Capricorn, when I am, a little bit of amnesia has set in, and some of the old man tendencies. So it takes a little bit of an effort to like get out there and seize the day as a Capricorn. Takes a little warming up. You gotta like stretch. You gotta like stretch. Sagittarius. Okay. I have a Chicho. That's a cool name. 32 Scorpio. Mediterranean. Okay, so cool. And I'm like projecting my consciousness to like the Mediterranean. Woo! We're like eating olives and fish. Oceanside, rocks, waves crashing against the beach, against the rocks. Kind of cool vibe. North Africa, just kind of there on the horizon. All right, Spirit. You want to know career reading for you? Okay, let's see. What would be the question? Spirit, what's currently going on in Chicho's career? Spirit, what's currently going on in Chicho's career? Okay, I'm getting a lack of inspiration. An inability to move on. So you're kind of stuck somewhere. Lack of inspiration, somewhere that we're stuck. Okay, Spirit, what is going on in Chicho's career? And there's a lot of options and you don't know what to choose next. So I'm getting a sense that there's like, we're stuck somewhere. We're feeling a little uninspired, maybe in the current situation that we're in. Or when we look at what's possible, we're a little bit like, none of these options are looking great. But there's a lot of options that you could think of. Like as a Scorpio, I could like transform into a lot of different people and be a lot of different things. But I'm getting a sense that you're like, you're sort of like, you're like, what am I supposed to do? Or who do I be? Or what do I become? This money game, this paying out, this kind of capitalism, this kind of like, I don't think anyone's born to do anything in particular. I think we're just born to really just kind of like walk through the forest with our feet and like look at the different nature and stuff like that. I don't think anyone is like born to be a banker or born to be a teacher. Or maybe some people are born to be a teacher. There's very few people that are born for employment, really. You're born to be a forever child, and that's a little bit of a, I don't mean to be flippant or what is that, like naive or elementary in my thinking when I'm saying we're all just born to be, it's kind of hippie. It's like a hippie sentiment. We're just supposed to be children, enjoying God's green earth. But in a way that, and look, I've been through goth culture. I've cut myself open and filleted my leg. I've gone through, my boyfriend is is a convicted grave digger. I've been a hippie. I've been a goth. I've been all types of things, graveyards, all the way from like fields of flowers to like graveyards. I've done it all. But I do think that people are really not really born to be anything that's like on offer through what society would conventionally offer. Like no one's supposed to be a Bitcoin like genius. Like that's not something God puts inside you or something. So I'm getting a sense you are probably just born to feast. You're just born to enjoy. You're just born to be a person and be beautiful. Sit there on your Scorpio throne and just it just comes to you, and the visions come and the dreams come, the wine comes, the whatever, the fish from the Mediterranean, just sit there fishing, probably your ancestors fishing, thinking about like the genetic and memories from whatever you're going through is fishing, waiting, birthing children as if by some magic mystery or something, and then the children come. Travel on your feet, maybe swimming, something like that. You know what I mean? Like sort of what are we born to do in this life? Anyways, so I'm getting a sense you're stuck. You're like, okay, there's lots of options. Like I'm stuck and you're not moving on from something. I'm getting a sense that we're stuck somewhere. We're stuck somewhere. Are you stuck somewhere? Is this resonating? I'm getting a sense you might be stuck in a certain job or at a certain level, and you're not letting yourself move on from it, or something is keeping you from it. Whether it's you don't have the study, you don't have the degree or the qualifications, or the energy. At 32, our ancestors were dead. So at 32, we should be kings. We should be teachers. We should be elders. We should be queens. But unfortunately, in this society, at 32, we're still just getting our career going. Ironically, like That's why at 32, sometimes it's really hard to take advice from somebody who's 21 or something. If, like, say your manager was like 21, you're like, fuck you. No way. But I'm getting a sense, unfortunately, in this society, I don't know. I'm thinking of lots of different things right now, but I'm getting a sense that we're not really inspired. Like the inspiration of maybe where we're currently at, like there's a lack of inspiration, and we're not really off on a good foot. And there's lots of options. I'm getting a sense. So maybe you have a lot of options, or there's a lot of things you're considering, and we're not knowing which one to choose. Okay, overall, what's going on in her career? Overall, what's going in Chicho's career? Spirit, overall, what is going on in Chicho's career? Okay, we're not challenging ourselves. Lack of forward motion, maybe stagnancy, laziness. I'm getting the Chariot in reverse for your overall energy. I'm getting a sense that you are not pushing yourself. You're actually being a little bit lazy. You're like, you're not trying as hard as you could be. You're not putting yourself out there as much as you could be. You're not applying for the jobs the way that you should be doing. And I'm getting a sense that you're just a little bit stuck. Overall, I'm getting this like feeling of being stuck and not. Is this making sense? More than what's going on, what will be going on? Okay. Is that resonating for you so far? What will be going on? Okay. Okay, Spirit. Let's ask, do you want to know next 6 months, or do you want to know? Okay, what does the future look like for Chicho's career? Spirit, what does the future look like for Chicho's career? Spirit, what does the future look like for Chicho? Oh, okay. Spirit, what does the future look for Chicho's career? I'm getting a sense. It could be some sort of mothering role, some sort of nurturing role, a caretaker role. This would fulfill your female, like a teacher. It could be a teacher, caregiver, helper of some nurse, medical, something helping. I'm getting the Empress. It could be in nature. It could be helping people. Something female dominated career path. Sort of a thing. Spirit, what's going on? And that's optimistic. The Empress. Spirit, what's going on with Chicho's career in the future? Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more balance with financially and financial balance. So a little bit more stability. I'm not getting excessive wealth. This is the suit of finances. This is a suit of money. This is pentacles. You see these coins, and he's balancing these coins. So I'm getting a sense that like the rent is getting paid, but maybe just barely. This could even speak to living paycheck to paycheck. But or it could speak to just balancing, just like life is in balance, like things are kind of in balance. So we're getting a sense. I'm getting a sense that in the future, like the bills are getting paid, kind of a thing. Okay, Spirit, what's going on in the future with Chicho's career? Spirit, what's going on in the future with Chicho's career? Spirit, what's going on in the future with Chicho's career? Spirit, what's going on in the future with Chicho's career? Spirit, what's going on in the future with Chicho's career? Spirit, what's going on in the future? Oy, okay. Okay. This could be a path to a communicative. So maybe we're a communicative. This could speak to like sort of computer work or sort of technology, or it could just be like a personal or HR or sort of something communicating. But you're in a page position. You say entrepreneurial oriented, job oriented, or both. My next chapter. I'm getting a sense that it could be communicative, but in a novice kind of a way. So we're just starting out communicating. What are we communicating about? I don't know. But the Lovers also popped out. So this could be an opportunity for bigger things to come. Like this could be the start of something beautiful, kind of a thing. And it came out with a novice card, so I'm getting a sense that it's just the budding, just kind of like that kind of seed of something like beautiful or growing to come. And we are paying our bills in the future. You said interesting. In entrepreneurial oriented. Okay, I'm just gonna see overall. Overall, what's the energy of Chicho's future career? Overall, I'm not gonna take those. Spirit, overall, what's the energy of Chicho's career? Spirit, overall, what's the energy of Chicho's career? The star. Okay. Cool. So I'm getting the Lovers and the Star and the Empress. So I got 3 major arcana cards. It's looking pretty good, actually, for your future career. I'm getting a sense that whatever's going on right now is like we're a little bit financially not so certain. So in the future, we're getting a little bit more balance with our finances. The star does speak to like the one man or the only man, like an entrepreneur. This could be this isn't the card of Aquarius, which is a little bit of an entrepreneurial energy. So we are pouring water into the land and into the water there. And I did talk about the water a little bit by the Mediterranean. So I'm getting a sense that it is maybe even spiritually fulfilling, but it's like fulfilling you on multiple levels beyond maybe just the material. Like this is like a love language. This work that you're doing is kind of a love language. It's kind of like your love projected into the universe through your career, which is not very common, but very highly sought after. As you know, we always want our career to match our heart and to match our soul. So I'm getting a sense that this future is looking like pretty good. And it could be that technology is involved or some sort of advertisement. If you're thinking entrepreneurial, like some sort of like communication, getting the word out, talking to people, connections. There's this kind of energy where you're like the new, hi, you're like the new guy. You're like, hello, these are my pamphlets. This is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. Or can you pay me or something? Like we're talking to people in order to get payment or to get interest or to accrue interest or attention. Getting a sense that some communication is needed, and it's a little bit like you're a little bit like the little guy. You're like, hi, and in the future, you're a little bit like, hi, hello, this is what I'm doing. This is what I got. This is my thing. And the first card that came out was the Empress. So I'm getting a sense that this is like nurturing. It has like a robust feeling of like womanliness to it. There's feminine energy going on with this. There's like some feminine energy. Like you're helping people. You're going to help people. I don't know. You want to help people. Taking care of some, whatever their need, whatever the people's needs are. Somehow you're taking care of something, of some kind of, it's like, there's some feminine energy going on with this. Often that's a caretaking thing. And the Lovers. It seems a little destined. It seems a little good. This is looking pretty good. And I'm going to leave your reading at that. Is there any other questions? And like I said, if there's any other questions, I'm going to be charging. $15. $15, and I will keep going. Sounds interesting. Yeah. I think the bills will be getting paid, and yeah. I'm getting a sense you're stuck right now, though. Started dark. The light came out. Yeah. Yeah, the light certainly did come out. The light came out. In future, I didn't really put a timeline on this future, so I didn't ask 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 4 years. But yeah. Does anyone else have questions? I see that there's 2 people watching, or is there just 1 person watching? Do you have any more questions? $15. I'll do it. I'll do more for $15. Otherwise, I guess I'll just get off. Nobody else has come on. Sounds good. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Well, shit. Nobody's coming on. And do I just get off? Could you get monetized for more teaching? Tarot for more teaching it rather than giving readings? Have you thought about it? No, I'm not really. Well, I am a teacher, but I teach in really curious ways. My style of teaching is really strange. I just teach people to tap into their instincts. Like I teach the children to tap into their instincts, and I try to observe what they have from a genetic point of view, from a spiritual point of view, from a soul level point of view, from everything from like their daily interactions with the other children to their habits to their rhythms and things like that. And it's like this little seed that I try to, or like a little flame or like an ember, like a fire, like an ember in a fire that I keep trying to blow and grow. And I try to help them grow as an entity, as a soul into the person that they're trying to become or something. So trying to teach a by the books, like sequential, like this is what this card means, this is what this card means kind of a thing. No, it's kind of more about teaching someone to be themselves, or teaching someone to tap into their gut instincts or something. And I don't know if that I can really do that online kind of a thing. I don't know if I could do that online. Teaching is a gift. Teaching a gift is hard. Yeah. I'm not really a painting by the numbers type of it's not like a Bob Ross video where he teaches you how to paint this like a mountain kind of a thing. Like I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't do that. But that's an interesting notion. Are you interested in the tarot, or like learning how to read tarot? You know, I always tell people that the best reading that you'll ever get is the one that you give yourself. Like no reader can read you better than you can read yourself. That's kind of what I believe. I have a question. How did you come across my channel? Because I feel like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. Today, I submitted a proposal to create a platform to enable tarot readers to do readings, create their own tarot decks, and create their own tarot courses. Really? Okay. Interesting. I'll have to like click on your YouTube and see. Do you do videos as well? I submit a proposal to create a platform to enable tarot readers to do readings, create their own tarot decks, and create their own tarot courses. Okay, well, this now I'm looking at your sort of. I'm sort of looking at your reading. This does feel like a labor of love. Are you like really a tarot lover, a lover of tarot or something? And yeah, I did talk about technological sort of communications and stuff like that. And the star, this is feeling. I guess what are we stuck? Are you working like kind of a 9 to 5 right now? Are you working some sort of like straight world job? Are you working some kind of job that is unrelated to that? That's really cool. Chicho up. Here, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look up you. Do you have YouTube? Do you do YouTube stuff? CHICHOWHOP. Chicho up. No, I'm not getting anything. Okay. I like tarot. Yes, I am not working currently. Just working and trying to get funding for these projects. This tarot project is one of them. So, how are you financing your life? Do you have a partner or like family money or government funding? I have enough funds to sustain myself for a while. Okay. Well, the future is looking really bright. It's just weird that like, you mentioned. I guess my reading is. I'm looking back at my reading, and I'm just trying to do a little bit of a review of my reading, and I'm like, maybe this is more historical. We're just kind of stuck, and we don't really know what to do with ourselves. Is that kind of resonating for you? Like that you never knew where to like apply your energy? I'm getting a sense that in the current moment or sort of in the historically, like we're not knowing how to apply our energy in a way to make finances realistic. Maybe we've tried lots of different things and nothing ever really kind of stuck. Because I got the Page of Wands, so tarot. So I got the Page of Wands in reverse, and then I got the Eight of Cups in reverse, and then I got the Seven of Cups. So I'm getting cards of love and passion, but they're all sort of askew. They're sort of all wonky a little bit. And then I got the Chariot in reverse for the overall. And maybe a historical pattern of, like, I'm not saying laziness, but it's kind of, that was the word that came to mind. It's kind of like inertia, kind of like gravity or something. A sense of like heaviness, or like rocks in your pockets kind of a thing. Have you dealt with depression? Like depression, and yes, when you are applying for things, you don't know what will work, so it's like trying to catch air until something works. Yeah, trying to get that momentum going. I feel like we're just like reaching out, and this like something is like we can't grab it. I feel like I'm in a dream and I'm trying to like grab something, and I just like it keeps like it's like dissolving or something. Or I can't. You know how in a dream when you can't move and you're going slow? Have you ever had that when you're in a dream and you're stuck? Or you're trying to run in a dream and you're like going so slow? This feeling of like inertia, like gravity or like weight or something. Like I said, rocks in your like you know, and at 32, and they say like by 32 you should be kind of established in your career, and that's probably true. By 32, 33, like my age, like you should be kind of like, you should really have some momentum, and you should be like almost in a leadership position. You should be the teacher. You should be the elder, auntie, uncle, grandma, like by the time we're 32, there's this feeling like we should be giving out wisdom. We should be in a position of leadership or authority, and then if that hasn't happened yet, it's really I feel like it's really diminishing to the spirit. Like those late in life people going like me, like going to college in your late 20s, 30s, like just finally getting some footing in the world of people and society being the key word there. It's hard. It's a bit defeating. You just have to not let it get to you. You just gotta remember who I am. Remember who you are. Remember what you stand for. Remember, just try not to care about the opinions of other people. Everyone has a different journey. Some people are late bloomers. Like my dad. My dad, he went to law school when he was 27. He was a failed actor. He got an English degree, and then he was like acting in England for like 10 years until he was like 27, 28. And he said he was just so like things just didn't work out. Like plays that he was involved in just fell through. And he was like, I was eating rice and beans. Like I was tired of eating rice and beans. Like I was so smart. I just knew I had a good brain. He went to law school. Finally, he's like, I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being fucking poor. And so at 28, 27, something like that, he went to law school 3 or 4 years. And then he got a job and stuff. And, you know, and then growing up, we were like upper middle class, you know. He was a lawyer at a corporate lawyer. He was working for, when I was a little kid, he was working for like an auto industry and as a lawyer, like a corporate advertising lawyer or something for Ford cars. It's a type of car. in America called Ford. I think it was Ford. And he was a advertising attorney. And my mom was a housewife, and he was able to pay for her to stay at home and take care of us and raise us. And we never went hungry. We always had food. We always had club sports, holidays, vacations. Like I grew up very affluent. Like I had designer. I not had designer clothing, but I was always had everything I wanted. Like, and I had a really good education, like a really fucking good education, and that's part of the reason I'm a good reader. I'll tell you this as a teacher. I tell you what. I'll tell you something. The most well-behaved, mentally stable, well-adjusted children come from the wealthiest homes. They have the most even-tempered parents. Hi, how are you? They come in, hello, how are you, Julia? Good to see you. You're looking good today. How are you doing? The children who have mental disturbances, literally autism, ADHD, freaking ODD, oppositional defiance disorder. They fucking fuck you. Like I have 4-year-olds. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, Julia. Go fuck yourself. Like I have kids like that. They come from broken homes, poverty, parents who come in shuffling, wearing a hoodie. Their parents look like this when they walk in. Hello. What's up? What's up? Got my kid right here. They're holding their kid's hand. Their kid's like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. They're like, come on, Jimmy, come on. Fuck you, fucking Jimmy. Like those kids, they have problems. Like the kids, so money. Money. Good genetics, which speaks. If you come into money is historical. If you come from a long line of people who have done fairly well or have or high IQ, like my mother was the valedictorian of her high school class. Her sister, my auntie, was also the valedictorian of that same high school just 10 years later. My dad is like a genius. I come from highly intelligent people. You know what I mean? Lack of money creates all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems. And just I honestly think having children should be a habit of the wealthy. If you are and like these kids whose like parents, they just spend no time with their children. Like, why are you having 5 children if you don't even want to fucking if you have no time or energy or money to raise them? Why do you keep having children? And they're all fucked up. They're all like, they're all like that. Literally. The ones who don't have money are like that. Like literally. And I've been teaching for like 6-7 years. And I don't mean to be like some kind of snob or like elitist person or something, like, but yeah. And the kids who come from healthy, and you even see in their lunch boxes, like they'll have like fresh food, fresh meat, like healthy lunch boxes. And the kids who are poor, they have like chips, Marmite sandwiches, more chips. Freaking everything comes in a little package with the poor kids. Everything's coming in a plastic package, like chips and cookies. And because the parents are like they're working so hard, they have no time to like chop up a cucumber or dice a tomato or like buy a fucking apple. They don't even have a fucking apple. Yeah, so it's fucked up out here. It's fucked up. And as teachers we see it, and it's hard because the caregivers of these people, and you'll learn this as you're trying to teach tarot to people. There are people interested in spirituality. The more religious, the poorer, the more children. Sometimes it comes with that religious hysteria, but sometimes the strong Christian blocky Christian or religious shit, it could be anything, is the thing that is keeping them buoyant. Sometimes that's actually propelling finances and propelling them into a sense of morality, otherwise which they wouldn't have, perhaps. And then there's other sinister traits that come along with that. Superiority complex, purity obsession. Like I have a little boy who wears a cross around he's 2 years old. He wears a cross around his waist and a cross necklace. And the family's very polite and they're very obliging and they're like nurses. And they're making pretty good money and stuff. And the religion is like this like sort of Bible. It's like literally a Bible. It's like this kind of foundation for their ethics or for their sense of morality or their sense of goodwill in this world is all based on the things that they're reading, or I don't know, they're getting all their they're learning how to be a good person or they're sort of like yeah. And they are making money, and the code of conduct is really firmly in place. And then they're just sort of like the family values and sitting at the table and like having manners and all these types of like different things are in place, sort of built around the religious structure. It's not always that religion coincides with poverty. That's not always the case. These I have a lot of families that are like quite well to do. And the religious thing is what's keeping them feeling like they're good, or it's like keeping them happy. It's keeping them chugging along, getting up every day. God is, but it's very like by the book. And it's very, but they do have community. They have like friends. There's barbecues on the weekend. There's like going to church, listening to a sermon where the priest or the pastor is talking about being a good person, and they're sitting there, with their chains around their neck and in their beautiful clothing, the polo shirt, the beautiful dress, and the beautiful outfit, and they're sitting there and they're like, yes, thank you. And they go up and they take the wine and the bread, and it's all keeping them into this kind of like thing, and everything's kind of like clicking and clacking in the right way. So yeah. But there's the paradox. Most of the richest people today come from poor families. That's not true. Elon Musk was rich. That's not true. Trump was rich. That's not true. Trauma, when used to the right way, can be fuel for success. Sometimes, in rare cases, exceptional cases, rock stars, sometimes, but oftentimes people get a leg up. I don't think that's true. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'll go to the bathroom. Yeah, no, most of the wealthiest people in the world, you think of like the Shahs of the Middle East or whatever, like the richest families in the world, they come from a long legacy of wealth. Only the rare exception, that outlier who breaks through and does something that's kind of a rare. That's more rare. Mostly poverty just leads to more poverty. Wealth generates more wealth. Like it's like an exponential kind of a thing. That's a Forbes percentage. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, are we coming to an end? Are we coming to an end? Good luck with your tarot thing. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. It looks like you're going to help people. Like I was saying, a lot of the people who are attracted to tarot are sometimes it's people who are really down on their luck. I guess there's all sorts of people who are attracted to tarot. But you can get a lot of crazy people who are attracted to like this kind of stuff. People who don't really see the light of day. People who are like inside their house petting their cat and crying all day. Speaking of animals. Me and my dogs, we pretty much we spend 3 hours outside every day. And you find when you have that robustness of your muscles and your spirit and your bones, and like you're like really healthy in your body, like you don't really seek advice from spirit as much. It's only when you have that stagnancy or that sort of like feeling of old age and hunched over and smoking a doobie and reading romance novels or crime. You're interested in crime or romance or the dark side of life, graveyards, pedophiles, Epstein, war, freaking all the darkest demon, all that kind of stuff is like you're encumbered with like the shadow. Is when you start to like look to tarot sometimes for people. So, or you get crazy 333, 111, 222, angel numbers, and all these bad karmic things. Why is this happening to people, or why is this happening to me? Or, what's fucked up in the world? If that becomes like the primary focus, so a lot of times, tarot coincides with problems, because why do you go to the tarot? To solve your issues, to solve your problem, to answer your question. So those robust, those people, like, and I am one of those people. I go to the gym almost every fucking day for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I am in the forest every day. I don't pull tarot very often. I just sort of speak to spirits when I pray. I pray every day. I do pray. And they come to me at this point. The sort of spirits sort of come to me. It all happens to me at this point. I'm not asking as much anymore. And I'm not asking for anyone to be my mommy or daddy. I'm not looking for mommy or daddy. I'm not trying to heal the world. I'm not trying to solve the world's problems. I fucking don't really like it in this dimension. I see this dimension for kind of what it is. I'm just trying to have a fucking good day most of the time. And yeah, the senses are like always open. And so sometimes people really close senses. They can't really follow their instinct, or like looking at tarot or spirituality, and they're trying to break through. So a lot of the people you might be interacting with are these people who are like really sheltered and really cocooned or inside this kind of nest of confusion about everything, and they're trying to reach out for the hand of God, seemingly to solve, to say, why is this place so shitty? Earth, world, why is this place so shitty? Why is my life so shitty? Why is things not working out? So that's when you just got to go see the sun. You got to go fucking walk with your feet. You got to like see the forest. You got to drink water, take some vitamins, eat some fruits and vegetables. I don't know. Do jocks win? Maybe the jocks win. Becky wins. Jocks win. The tarot project is one of the projects. Not sure if it will be the winner. Oh, okay. Well, seemingly, I would follow your instincts, especially as a Scorpio. It seems like whatever it is, it's going to be pretty beneficial or pretty fruitful, whatever's happening in the future for you. Okay, I'm going to go. God bless you. May the spirits bless you. And I will see you later. Bye.